Your body knows the answer before your brain does. And most of us have spent so long ignoring our intuition that we don't even know how to hear it anymore. Welcome to What If It All Goes Right, the show for high achievers who are ready to stop fearing the worst and start stepping into their power. I'm your host, Angela Gargano, 6-time American Ninja Warrior, keynote speaker, peak performance coach, and former biochemist. Every episode, I'm going to give you the mindset shifts and practical tools to shake off the doubt, reignite your energy, and remember just how powerful you really are. Because it's time to stop fearing the worst and start asking, what if it all goes right? What if it's already going right? Welcome back to What If It All Goes Right? I'm your host, Angela Gargano, and today we're talking about something that almost every high-achieving woman struggles with. Trusting your gut when your brain is literally screaming at you, trying to overthink everything. I'm sure you know that feeling, right? You have a decision that you need to make, and your gut is telling you one thing, but your brain is listing out all the reasons why that doesn't make logical sense. So you stay stuck. You second guess. And you analyze yourself into paralysis. And then you never actually make a decision. Or maybe it takes a really long time to make a decision. And here's what I've learned after years of working with ambitious, capable women. Your body knows the answer before your brain does. And most of us have spent so long ignoring our intuition that we don't even know how to hear it anymore. And in today's episode, I'm walking you through how to distinguish between fear and intuition, how to read the physical signs your body sends before your mind catches up, and how to start trusting yourself again after years of overriding your internal compass. But before we dive in, if this show has been helping you, make sure you follow on Apple or Spotify and leave a quick rating and review. It helps this podcast grow and reach more women who need these conversations. Seriously, go take a second and leave a review, please. All right, let's get into it. Learning to trust your gut again. So most of us grew up being taught that logic is more valuable than intuition. That feelings aren't facts. That you should think your way through decisions, not feel your way through them. And for high-achieving women, that message gets even louder. You've been rewarded your whole life for being rational, strategic, cerebral. So when your gut says something your brain can't explain, you dismiss it. But the truth is, your body is picking up on information that your conscious mind hasn't processed yet. Because your gut isn't random. It is intelligent. It's been reading the room, the person, the situation, and it's giving you data. The problem is that you've been trained to ignore it. And over time, that disconnect gets bigger. You stop trusting yourself. You second guess every decision. And you might outsource your knowing to everyone else. And you end up living a life that looks good on paper, but doesn't feel right in your body. If you know, you know. So what's the reframe? It's that intuition isn't woo-woo. It's wisdom. And your job is to learn how to hear it again. So let's talk about what's actually happening when you feel something in your gut. Your body has its own intelligence system. It's called interoception. Your ability to sense internal signals from your body. Your heart rate, your breath, the tension in your muscles, the feeling in your stomach, all of these are giving you information. And research actually shows that your body starts responding to stimuli before your conscious mind even registers it. Your heart rate changes, your brain shifts, your muscles tense. Your body knows something is off before you can articulate why. This is somatic intelligence. And it's one of the most underutilized tools for high-performing women. But what's the problem here? Most of us are so disconnected from our bodies that we don't even notice these signals. We live in our heads. We override the discomfort. We push through the warning signs. And then we wonder why we keep ending up in situations that don't feel right. We start paying attention to what your body is. By starting to pay attention to what your body is telling you, it's not irrational. It's informed. But then the question becomes, how do I know if it's my gut or if it's just my fear? Because let's be real, both can feel uncomfortable. Both can make your heart race. Both can make you want to avoid the decision. So here's how to tell the difference. Get out your notebook and a piece of paper. Fear is going to feel constricting. It tightens, it closes, it makes you small. Don't do this. Stay safe, stay hidden, don't risk it. Intuition feels expansive, even when it's uncomfortable. There's an undercurrent of rightness. It says, this is scary, but it's aligned. This is hard, but it's true. Because fear lives in your head. And when it's actually fear, it loops, it spirals, it creates worst case scenarios. It sounds like, what if I fail? What if they judge me? What if I'm not okay? See the difference? Intuition lives in your body. It's a feeling, a knowing, a sense of yes or no that doesn't need to be explained. It sounds like this feels right or this doesn't feel right. And fear is loud, it's urgent, it demands your attention, and it won't shut up. Intuition is quiet, it's calm, it's patient. It waits for you to get still enough to hear it. Whereas fear pushes you away from discomfort. Don't do this, it might hurt. Intuition pulls you towards alignment. Do this even if it's hard. When you're stuck in a decision, pause. Get out of your head and into your body. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Then ask yourself, does this decision make me feel open or closed? Expansive or constricted? When I imagine saying yes, does my body relax or tense? And trust what you feel, because your body truly does know. And your body is constantly giving you feedback. Most of us just aren't listening. So here is what to pay attention to physically in your body. Tension in your chest or shoulders usually is a signal that something feels off. Your body is almost bracing for impact. A knot in your stomach, your gut is literally telling you something does not feel right. Do not ignore it. A sense of lightness or ease, this is your body's way of saying, yes, this is aligned. Shortness of breath or shallow breathing, this means your nervous system is activated. Something feels threatening. It feels overwhelming. But a calm, steady breath, your body feels safe. This decision feels right. If you're restless or agitated, your body wants to move away from this. if there's a sense of groundedness, your body is saying, stay here. This is good. Start checking in with your body before making decisions. Don't just think about it. Feel into it. Notice where you're feeling tension. Notice where you're feeling ease. That is your intuition speaking. So now if you've spent years overriding your intuition, it's going to take some time to rebuild that trust. But I wanted to give you some things on how you can rebuild that trust with yourself. And somewhere that you can at least start. And as always, the first one is to start small. Don't wait for a life-changing decision to practice listening to your gut, Practice on small things. What do you want for lunch? Which route do you want to drive? Which friend do you want to call? And notice what your body says, and then honor it. 2, track your intuition. Keep a journal. Write down when your gut told you something and you ignored it. Write down when you listened and it turned out right. And over time, you're going to build this evidence that your intuition is actually trustworthy. 3, get still. Intuition is quiet. If your life is constantly loud, full of notifications, emails, to-do lists, people needing you, you won't be able to hear it. Create space for stillness. Even just 5 minutes a day. Move your body. Movement helps you drop out of your head and back into your body. So go for a walk, stretch, dance it out, shake. Let your body release the mental noise so that you can feel what's underneath. Number 5, stop asking everyone else. You're constantly outsourcing your decision to other people. You're never going to learn how to trust yourself. And the next time that you want advice, give yourself a pause and ask yourself first and see what comes up. 6, honor the discomfort. Trusting your gut won't always feel comfortable. Sometimes it will lead you to make decisions that don't make logical sense, but that's okay. You're learning a new language. Give yourself permission to be a beginner. Now, if this is resonating with you, I want you to think about a moment that maybe you've made a decision that you ignored your gut with, and maybe one that you made one and it turned out right. I know for me, I've had a lot of decisions to make. Let's chat about some of them. I had this crazy gut decision to shut down the gym when I owned it in Rhode Island, which was not an easy thing to do because logical sense said, stay here, stay in Rhode Island, continue to run this gym like you said. But my gut, I had this feeling and this need to shut it all down and move to New York City. And it seemed crazy. Like it really didn't make logical sense. But I kept feeling it over and over again. And I kept thinking about it. And it was a scary decision, but I'm happy that I trusted my gut. I shut it all down and everything worked out. There's only been times where I haven't trusted my gut. There was a partner that I was with, dating. This was back in college. And I knew something was off, right? He was awesome. He was fun. Of course, he was fun. He was fun. And he had told me that he wasn't doing any type of drugs. And I personally, side note, I don't do anything. I don't do drugs. I rarely drink. I've always been like that. And I had this gut intuition that something was off, something was wrong, that he was doing these drugs. But when I would ask him about it, I would say, hey, I think that are you on something? Like, what are you doing? Oh, no. And I started to ignore my gut because he kept telling me that it's fine. And then I would ask other people, like we said here. I would ask other people about what they thought about it. Oh, no, it's probably fine. It's probably fine. But my gut was right. And I should have listened, but I didn't. Because at that point, I was young. I didn't know how to trust that intuition just yet. So maybe think back to some decisions that you have had that your gut was super right about, and it seemed crazy, like people thought you were crazy. And I think this always comes back to the idea of making those, I call them delulu decisions, so like delusional decisions, like decisions that just do not make sense fully, but you just had this feeling about it. And just kind of get more clear on that. And I think also talking about here in the podcast episode about not trying to ask everybody to help you to make a decision. You're going to get so many different opinions from people, and it's all going to be based on, typically it's based on their fears. So they're going to be telling you stuff based on their fears. So that's going to make you have fears. So it's really important to sit down with yourself, take a moment, especially when you're making a big decision, and just ask yourself, how do I really feel about this? And make the decision for yourself. You can do it. But from this, here's what I want you to hold on to. Your body knows before your brain does. It's picking up on information your conscious mind has not processed yet. And the more you learn to listen to it, the more you'll start to trust yourself. You'll stop overthinking your intuition with logic. You'll stop second guessing yourself into just being paralyzed and not making a decision at all. You'll stop outsourcing your knowing to everybody else and asking them. Your gut is intelligent. Your body is wise. And the more you practice listening, the clearer it all gets. So here's your challenge. This week, before you make any decision, big or small, I want you to pause. I want you to get out of your head. I want you to drop back into your body and ask, what does my gut say? And then I want you to honor it. Now, if this episode helped you reconnect with your intuition, share it with a friend who's been stuck in overthinking, and make sure that you follow and leave a review on Apple or Spotify. It really helps this show reach more women who need to hear this. Because when you stop letting your days happen to you and start deciding who you'll be in them, what if it all goes right? What if it's already going right? I'll see you all next time.